Hi everybody, Bert from Seasoned Gaming, and it is time to finally unbox Spider-Man for the PS4. Now this is the collector's edition. If you got the standard edition or the console, which we have as well, it's going to look different than this one. Now, in all the pictures and everything, I was kind of expecting a bigger box. I'm not exactly sure how big this statue is going to be, but we will take a look at it and maybe compare it to a couple of our other statues that we have here. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the box. Very top, we have Spider-Man Collector's Edition. If we spin it around back on its side, we're going to have the typical Spider-Man spider. Other side's going to have the spider, and if we take a look at the close-up here, we have kind of what you usually get at the back of a box of a typical game, and it has all the details for you. So it is Pro Enhanced, obviously. This is the game to play in September. So let's take a look at it overall. Very nice. It's kind of telling us exactly what's in there. So if we read the bottom, it does come with a Steelbook. You have the statue that you're all looking forward to, the DLC voucher. So this does come with some extra DLC, and a 64-page mini art book. And we also have the white spider sticker. So depending on where you're gonna put the spider, that's kind of famous for the Insomniac Spider-Man. So if you don't know a lot about the history, Insomniac kind of created their own little costume for this game. Now there's a ton of costumes of Spider-Man in the overall game, but this one's kind of special because it's what they're considering the Insomniac Spider-Man outfit. So let's get it open and see what we're working with. So in the very back, we have one piece of tape. Let's get this open, and like I said before, super excited. Really looking forward to getting this thing open and installing it. So right off the bat, at the very top, we have what looks like the top of maybe the art book. So let me just open it up. And okay, so we get the box. So this thing can kind of get out of here. Wow, funny enough, I've got a scratch at the bottom of mine on the brand new open, so maybe this was damaged somehow. It's kind of weird because the box itself is not damaged anywhere. So very front, let's take a look at the spin. We've got Spider-Man on the front. Looks like the rest of what would be the landscaped Spider-Man image. You've probably seen this quite a bit in a number of places, so very, very cool. More than likely gonna slide this up. And this can go any slower, that'd be great. So the damage that was on my box, which is kind of unfortunate, is the very bottom, but that's okay. It's gonna be stored somewhere, so no big deal. Okay, so warning, contains spoilers. Do not open until story complete. So let's take a look at that. Not really sure what to think about that. Don't open until the story is complete. So maybe I will not go through all the details here and just show you all the little things. So this is the art of the game. So let's take a close look at that. So I'm not actually gonna look too close at it because it might have some spoilers in here, but I do like art books. I always talk about art books. Pretty good art book. It is a lot smaller than I expected, but the detail is fantastic on it. I mean, the pictures are very high quality. It looks like it's doing kind of a profile of every character in the game, and I'm actually not gonna view it personally too much. I'll let you guys view it here. And overall, art of the game. So very cool book. I like exactly what I'm seeing. Let me put this back there, and kind of one of my favorite things in collector's editions, you get the Steelbook. So Steelbook for everybody to kind of take a look at, and the game is actually in the Steelbook. So one of the things that's happening these days in gaming is the Steelbook is usually included, but the game usually comes in its own standard PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch case, and then you kind of do whatever you want with the Steelbook. You can choose to put the game in it, you can choose to just display it somewhere else, and then you have the newer collector's editions that don't come with the game. They did that on purpose for people that buy it digitally. So in this case, this is not a digital game, obviously. You get the physical copy, which is very nice. You do get a code for the, looks like this is some DLC. Make sure that's not visible for the people. There is your white spider. So let me kind of take a close look at that. This is the white spider, Marvel Spider-Man. So kind of a cool deal for us to kind of see there. Once again, the Insomniac Spider-Man symbol. Let's see what else we got here. We've got the Marvel Universe, and I will kind of make sure the code doesn't go there. You get, let's see, unlock the Marvel Universe. This is their digital thing that you can do these days with Marvel, where you can actually view things digitally for the game. And for comics, I should say, not for the game, but from the game. Other than that, typical Steelbook. I do like the actual Spider-Man in the background. A lot of the same picture going everywhere, where, you know, Peter Parker's a photographer and he kind of takes pictures, so very cool there. And then after that, we get the statue itself. So I've recently talked about some of the collector's boxes being smaller these days, and it's because there's really not that much in there, but let's take a look at what we have here. So I'm actually liking this quite a bit. So let me get this out of the way and show everybody this very high quality statue, which is actually quite impressive. So we do a lot of like statue unboxings. We get obviously the very high-end statues, and then we get kind of the standard ones that come in games. Let me kind of pull a couple here for comparison. So this one came from the Injustice side, and I'll keep him in the background. And then from, I guess, what the game's being compared to quite a bit, you have the Arkham City statue. Let me get some dust off there. But first of all, before I even do that, let's kind of highlight this statue. So very, very high quality. So you've got Spider-Man, and what it looks like he's sitting on is all of the kind of Sinister Six stuff. So here you have Scorpion's tail, you have Dr. Ock's tentacles, you've got Vulture's wings. This may be Kraven's sword. I'm not sure if he's in the game yet, so I haven't ruined that for myself. Here you have Electro's suit that he wears in the game. Here is Rhino's head. So if you don't follow Spider-Man, this may not mean much to you as far as all the people that are in the game. Like I said, I have not got to the end with spoilers or anything yet. I'm actually just opening up the game for the first time. I've stayed away from spoilers, so I hope there's not something in here that I'm seeing that has ruined it for me. But in some of the trailers, it's kind of hinted toward things. So this sword may be Kraven. If I'm not mistaken, it could be. I follow Spider-Man quite a bit, but statue is fantastic. So let's take a look at it in comparison to other statues. So I did mention the Arkham game. This came with the Arkham City Collector's Edition, and this is actually pretty good. The detail between the two is very, very similar. So I actually like quite a bit what I'm seeing here. I've seen a lot of collector's editions these days that are kind of shallow when it comes to detail. But Spider-Man's spider is great on the back, and on the front, his detail is very good on his actual suit. If I compare it to the Injustice 2 collector's edition, which in my opinion was not one of my favorite statued collector's editions, a lot higher quality with the Spider-Man here. Batman, and he comes with Brainiac too, it's a 2-pack. Was not one of the best painted statues that I've seen lately. So statue, fantastic. Really happy with what we have here when it comes to the collector's edition here. Let me pull out once again everything you get. So you do get the Steelbook, which contains the game. And let me actually just open that up just a tad. So you get that. You get a couple codes for the digital comics. You get the White Spider that I've talked about a few times, probably too much. Then you get the DLC, which I will talk about there. Contains spoilers. Like I said, this is more than likely because of the people that are showing in the front. And then you get the art book. So once again, very nice collector's edition. This is running for, I believe, $150. If I'm not mistaken, it could be $140, depending on where you pick it up. Sold out everywhere. And from my opinion, one of the best collector's editions we've seen in a long time. So if you did like what you saw, make sure to like and subscribe if you are all not already subscribed with us. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the game when you get to it. Thanks.